Freddy Krueger is fully coming to 4K with this new 4K collection from Warner Brothers, but is it worth the price tag? What's going on, everybody? Tom Chattelbash here, and if you love collecting 4K movies and you just love physical media in general, then rest assured you are in the right place. And without further ado, let's review the new Nightmare on Elm Street 4K collection from Warner Brothers. Let's dive into this one. Now, I did not get the whole Steelbook collection. I mean, that one was just way beyond my means. I didn't really need it. That was kind of overkill for me. But honestly, I actually really like this, standard edition. You get the slipcover here, and obviously you get the red 4K case, which has, all of the movies in it. Even has a pair of 3D glasses for one of the films, which is always great. And you get all of the films here on 4K with HDR and Dolby Atmos, which is really cool. I mean, not only that, but you get the theatrical and unrated cuts for the entries, Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. You get the Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. You get the theatrical and uncut versions for both of those films. And also, like I mentioned before, you get the 3D glasses for Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. So this is a pretty well-rounded collection here. Now, I wanted to get this set because I hadn't seen all of the Nightmare Before, the Nightmare Before Christmas. Can you tell it's late? I wanted to get this set because I hadn't seen all the Nightmare on Elm Street films. I'd only seen the original, and I'd only seen New Nightmare, both of which I really enjoyed, but I had never seen the rest of the franchise, so I was like, why not get this collection, watch the rest of them? Now, this review, like all my other reviews, this is just an amateur collector's point of view of this set from a visual and audio standpoint with the equipment that I have, and I'm just going to give you my honest take. I'm not going to delve into all the special features or all the, hugely intricate tech specs. I'm not going to do all that. There are other reviewers out there who'll do that for you. I'm just going to give you my first impressions here. Now, like I said here, each of these films gets the upgrade of HDR and Dolby Atmos, and I took big chunks of each movie. I didn't get a chance to watch all of them all the way through, but I watched nice big chunks of each just to get a good sense of the video quality, the audio quality, to watch some standout sequences, to really see these movies shine or maybe not shine. So let's talk about it. I will say this, on the whole, I think this collection looks and sounds terrific. I think they've done a loving, caring job of restoring all of these films and making them look better than ever, better than they have really any right to look. I mean, I loved what they did with the original film, like I mentioned before, but I think they've given the same level of care and passion to the rest of the franchise here, because after watching all of the different entries here, there are some that definitely look better than others for sure, but on the whole, I think they all look great, and I think the Dolby Atmos upgrade for all of these really packs a punch, because not only do you get some really nice surround activity, but it just feels like the sound just has a more impactful punch to it, especially when there's some big jump scares or, these fun over-the-top moments. I just feel like they hit harder with these new audio mixes, and I really enjoy that. They don't feel too gimmicky, too. I mean, they're not going to set your surrounds on fire. They're not going to, be reference quality Atmos mixes by any stretch, but they're still really fun audio mixes. But visually, that's where the big upgrade here is. I think each of these movies, they still look nice and filmic. They still have that feel of, the 80s and early 90s here, where you still do see that film grain. It still looks filmic. It doesn't look like it's been completely scrubbed of grain, but that grain doesn't get in the way. It's not obtrusive. It still looks really nice and old-fashioned, but also these, visuals, they look warmer. The colors pop more with that HDR, and also the clarity, there's a big uptick there. There are certain entries that look terrific. I mean, I think the Nightmare on Elm Street 2 looks especially sharp, and I also think New Nightmare looks phenomenal, especially because that was probably the most recent entry that is included in this set. I think that was made in the 90s, the early 90s, and that looks phenomenal. But each of these movies here, they look better than they ever have, and they look really terrific. I think fans of this series are going to be really happy with how these movies look and with how they sound. I mean, honestly, the only flaws that I can really point out in this set with some of these transfers is that, yes, some entries do look better than others, just because, I guess, of the, the source material that they were being sourced from and being upgraded from. And I also feel like there are some of these installments where, the camera work wasn't the best, where there are a lot of shots that are out of focus, and so naturally, they're not going to look great. They're not going to look as sharp as they could have been if they were in focus, and that's the thing that honestly has plagued a lot of releases from, like, the 80s, 90s, and going back. It just kind of happens. But honestly, those are kind of nitpicks in an otherwise really solid 4K set that I'm really excited to delve into more and just enjoy and just see a lot of these movies for the first time. I think that's going to be a treat. But let me know what you think of this set if you've gotten a chance to check it out. Do you really like all these 4K transfers? Have you taken a peek at any of them yet? Have you only watched a couple? Let me know what your first initial impressions were of these new 4K transfers. And if you're still on the fence about buying it, or maybe you thought about not buying it, it. Do you feel more compelled to do so now? Let me know down below. And until next time, everybody, I'm Tom Chattelbash, YouTube's most reliable movie critic.